And it struck me as I sat in the car park in my car watching the young people here who joined the Labour Party. Some of them are 18 and 19 and 20. Many of them would not know the history, the dark history of the PNP in this country, how they destroyed this country.
Somebody clean like me. Well, I'm a daddy marine RG. I make you think when I chop 50. Every club 50. 50!
Learn a lesson from the 70s coming to 80s and you realize, listen, these guys are powerful. And if you go against them, they will go right back to where we're coming from, right? So go shot, everything go shot. So you know what happens? We meet them on a regular basis, so we try to suit them, get where they want as much as possible. But we lost, our dollar lost strength because we're listening to them a lot. And these people don't care about their vehicle, they care about themselves.
Yeah.
It's all about how get the dollars to what they want to do, who wants to some abroad, who want to buy material, who want to buy goods. It's all about themselves because that's where they never country at hand. They bleed all they can bleed over this country and if anything needs to run. But we pay some price that the dollar lost, our dollar lost some strength. So with all of that, we're able to manage and to clean up this debt in this country. We didn't with IMF, not even one red cent.
And pay them out. Yeah. Goes on the PJ. And
man didn't stay long, so man had to go because of his health.
Yeah, because of his ill health. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So we're going to start the PJ era now. We're going to start the PJ Patterson era now.
So the PJ era
Blended, kick it off.
Okay, so the PJ era started with the economic program of whole structural adjustment. So he continued on the part of the Michael Manley new part. And what happened now, as Dino said about the private sector people, they were so rapacious that the people in banking move away from their core function of financing and banking and start involving industry. So NCB, or what they used to name before, start run Orange Farm, and Scotia Bank and the rest of them start run other farms and involved in other properties. So they start move money and in different areas, not focusing on their core financial business, and that start the run on the dollar through that period where it came, where we had to have FinSAC, the structural adjustment happening to correct the financial situation. Omar Davis should be credited for his management and the hindsight to bring in FinSAC to correct the financial fallout. With that, we're not giving Omar Davis his due. I'm hear people talking about Nigel Clark as the best Minister of Finance. Omar Davis went to 12 consecutive periods of passing the IMF test under Omar Davis. Never failed one until PJ said goodbye to the IMF. So they need to remember this part of the history of Jamaica. Then
we made an error when the government, which you have to understand, macroeconomics. The government had to go what is known as a high interest regime. In other words, to keep with the high interest, are trying to keep people from buying the dollars.
Right.
What these guys were doing is borrowing money and buying large millions of US dollars to stake out of the country. So if you create this high interest rate, you stop them from borrowing the money. But because the government had a high interest rate, the banks also have to go up with a high interest rate. If you notice the banks all the banks were collapsed, they're all laborites,
Yeah.
None of them were dedicated to Jamaica. It was all laborites. So the GLP...
Elon Crawford and all of them come back, the link to it.
Pantan. Yeah. But the China one again...
Paul Chen Young.
They were all laborites. Yeah. But a lot of persons don't even know today date. After Paul Cheng ran away to Miami, because after Omar Davis had to seize Eagle Bank, they were using the poor people deposit to enrich themselves.
Exactly.
That's what they were doing. They were the directors and living big out of your money.
And Chen Young owns so much house in Florida and all over the place, right?
Because
anybody know? You see, I show you all the jail people. Paul Chenyong did so bad and had to run away to Miami. When the GLP won the election under Andrew Holness, Paul Chenyong came back to Jamaica. As I own SSL, you know.
Then him and what the other one name now they was managing.
The guy who managed it and he won it. Paul Chenyong own SSL.
Yeah, it's Paul Chenyong.
Same criminal comeback and the GLP give him life.
Whoa. Hold up, Medina, let me ask you one question. The same SSL where you see and both money get missing from?
Yeah, Paul Chenyong.
Yeah, Paul Chenyong, yeah. It's them.
My God.
Once a thief, always a thief.
Here? And they allow the man have a past history of being a damn criminal, and they allow him to come back, come and hang up people money again.
And GLP friends, so they put him back right back into the banking sector again.
Do you see the same thing going on with Royal Reid?
Same thing.
Same thing again. Same story.
I want to say something. Listen, I've been saying this to the longest while when in the 90s when PNP was in power, and I said it all the time. I said you cannot give a hungry man money or food to share, because he's gonna make sure to be him belly full before who around.
Yeah.
You understand? And this is what we are seeing with the labor rights. They have been out of power for so long. So now that they get their hand on the kitty, what do you think is happening?
Yeah.
We don't want to jump to the present yet. Right?
No.
We still maintain, because we're doing it step by step, leader by leader, right? And we are dissecting, analyzing everything and putting it out. We're still at we're at PJ Patterson now, and all right. So where we at now? All right. So we at Percival James Patterson era of leading Jamaica, a man of vision, insight, and willing to take the necessary step to get the country where he see the country to go. Right. Under Percival James Patterson leadership, Jamaica was improved from a third world country to a developing nation. We never mustn't forget about that. It gave us standard, right? As a third world country, you're looked at as a little poor country with bang belly picnic and that's something. Third, a developing country, you look at you're next to a first world country, right?
Yes.
Under Percival James Patterson, we got back what is now called the JUTC. First, rewind, come back, right? Under the People's National Party, after the financial meltdown with FinSat, we got a thing that called the JDIC, Jamaica Deposit Insurance Commission, right? What this commission was put in place to do by the People's National Party. What this commissioner was put in place to do was to make sure that no more poor people put their money into a banking institution and somebody can just take it up and go and read it and you're just left there with nothing, right? The People's National Party gave a securance over your hard-earned money by the JDIC, the Jamaica Deposit Insurance Commission, right? That is factual, right? And then we come back now and we start create back the Jamaica Urban, the JUTC, Jamaican Urban Transport Company.
Yeah.
Why? Because they see there's a leader with vision, see that you need an organized bus system to run the society.
There's no metropolitan area
in the world
that can have a proper
that does not have an organized bus system.
You have to have
and that was started by the People's National Party.
Phillips,
right? The People's National Party also create one of the biggest wealth shifting program in the history of Jamaica. When under the People's National Party, so the 18 years of nothing done, according to the Labour Party. The 18 years of nothing done. We have one of the biggest housing development happen in the Port Ward, where over 100,000 people get to own a home, right? where you have people now that pass off now and they could have left a home to their children that value $18 million, $30 million, right? These were people that was low income earners, janitors. I know a janitor right now that passed off and he left a 2-story building, him daughter, 2-bedroom upstairs and 3-bedroom downstairs, right?
Okay.
That place, girl, it valued at $30 million. If it was not for the People's National Party planning ahead for the people of Jamaica, then that man would have could not leave his daughter that asset to build her life. A $30 million property is a big asset to leave your children, right? And that little janitor that was never could have do that in no other under this government, right? So the People's National Party did that. The People National Party went ahead and they enhanced the school enlargement, building up more school, primary school. In Portmore alone, you have the Greater Portmore High School, you have the Ascot High School, you have the Cumberland High School that was built by the People's National Party. You have the Greater Portmore Primary, you have Kensington Primary, you have Belmont Primary, you have Ascot Primary, you have South Barrow Primary, you have Bridgeport Primary, right? These Waterford Primary, these schools were built by the People's National Party. The Waterford High School, these schools, right? South Barrow Primary, these schools were built to enhance the education structure of the country. The People's National Party built out the education, early childhood education system, and building out basic school for children to start the learning process from an early age. All of this was done in the 18 years of nothingness. The People's National Party was the party that put in the used car development, where you can now work and buy a car and make yourself more.
Liberalization, yes.
Right, to move around. You don't have to. I remember when I was younger, when you go to Carib to watch a movie, when that movie done, you have to walk, go home. The People's National Party changed it that you could.
Who was one of the first person to benefit from the used cars dealers association?
I think it was
Darrell Vaz.
They same and his friend them. Same, right? So all of this was done by the People's National Party in the 18 years that you're here. Nothing was done to Jamaica in the 18 years. The People's National Party and PJ Patterson had the vision to create a highway system around Jamaica and create a highway system that you can go across Jamaica. Right? Yeah. And that came out highway.
One of the person understand why was the purpose of building the highway. It wasn't for sport, you know. What PJ was trying to tell you, it doesn't make sense to take you 5 hours to move goods from one section of the island to the other section. It's unproductive. Yeah. So if I give you a highway where the 5-hour trip take you 45 minutes, then your country will be far more productive. So that's why he started putting the highways, your goods can move from one point to the other at a faster rate.
And to warm up the inner land for development.
Right.
Yes. Because cities and towns grow along the highway as they build.
As I normally say, they boasting about highways. They have no blueprint for none of those highways they do now. All these highways was drawn by PJ Patterson. All these plans were done by PJ Patterson. Everything couldn't be done at the same time. Where I blame the PNP is after PJ stepped down and Porsche took power. I mean, Peter advised her stupidly. Tell her you don't need to put so much in, you don't need to do so much highway one time. We're doing it on a timely basis. No, it needs all the money was in place. If he said that they provide the money, then come to power, come say all the highway money.
All the money was in place.
Every bit of highway money was there. The only one that wasn't there at them shift it, there was the money for the St. Thomas Highway. They shifted when they came to power. And the two MPs, the people, Penton Ferguson and James Roberts, come together and quarrel and say, no, we as much as one of the Liberty on the PNP, we want the highway. And finally, they finally put back money on it. But the funding, all the funding were in place for that highway in St. Thomas.
Yes, yeah.
Everything was in place.
It was supposed to be a 6-lane highway.
That's it. All soldiers also planned from the airport to downtown, which PJ told is a drawbridge. You can't build a bridge across the sea like that because the ships have to go through, just like in the United States. When the ship coming through the road, it open and let the ship through, and it tell point blank it can't do that free. It has to be a toll. It has to be toll also.
Yeah,
But I'm to all those plans, all those money were in place. So PJ was moving us to a stage of a first world country.
Because you need to tell them about the telecoms revolution as
No,
well.
man, you go on, you know, man.
Oh, look at
Go on. It's a tag team. It's a tag
How
team.
much
Go
of
on,
us?
you know,
How
man.
much of us would have to get up out of bed now for the walk and call back and call your grandmother and call your auntie?
No.
A lot of us would have to walk go how many miles if you go and call back and call everybody up and tell us say your granny just passed off. No,
Oh,
your granny passed off. You have to go to your bed and walk.
yeah.
Change and miles go and call backs.
And all of this happened in the 18 years of nothing.
All right.
Well, when they claim that nothing was done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always remember, that cable and wireless had a license which would have been expired. The contract would have expired when? Maybe just the other day. And Paul and the People's National Party negotiate and brought in Digicel, Claro, I can't remember.
My fault.
Mike, yeah. So many different companies got license.
Company
My fault.
liberalize the thing. And not only that, the whole internet and broadband expansion across the country was
PNP,
phenomenal.
fiber optics, PNP.
Yes. So I don't know how these people can sit back and say nothing like me in 18 years. I don't know which part of the history they're reading or following, So it's real strange. We have more coverage than the United States right now.
They
I'm in
finished with
Canada right now, you see? I start come to Canada 2003 and believe this when I tell you this. When me come to Canada, me left cell phone at Jamaica, you see? And when me
Yeah.
come to Canada, me have to jump on my bicycle from the farm and ride about 3 miles up the road, go use and call back to call my people them back home,
Yeah.
I know.
2003, Jamaica have cell phone before Canada.
All right. Yes, brother.
all right.
Yeah?
Then
So when people are
everybody
gonna tell you, when people are gonna sit down on their ass and talk about PJ did nothing for the 18 years and PNP mash up this and mash up that, tell them to look in at the mirror.
Well, sometimes it's all pity that we have to get old.
Yeah.
When I look at the history of this country, 1958, the PNP won the 1955, 54 election, I think. It was 54, yeah. PNP won, Norman Manley won the election.
Yeah.
And the GLP went out to this massive communist propaganda. The PNP had lost so much popularity by 1959 when the election was supposed to be held. The PNP
Boy, the
said,
Russian chips.
no, the PNP said they couldn't win that election, and Norman Manley sent for PJ. But PJ was a young guy at them time there.
Yes.
Just strategized and put by the PNP right back on power. We won the 1955 election.
Yeah.
So don't take PJ simple as I see him. He's a very good
The man have a
strategist.
vision, brother. The man has vision. So
Yeah.
that's why they couldn't beat him with.
They couldn't
Gentlemen,
beat it.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, gentlemen, me depend get one break but now we put in one piece, please. The
What?
whole remember that PJ done to man. Oh no remember the vehicle the transport for the poor people, man. Come you walk up Beverly then time there and a 3 car in there and 2 elderly people and on outside we could
You
have
mentioned it cool. A PJ revolutionizing motor vehicle industry. People pick up to have so much tax and so much travel.
Nurse and teacher and doctor used to drive in a bus. I say boss and the man PJ come and say no it's about no dirty up. Remember say we and yam and banana and people everybody used to come at the same bus come at all, I go everywhere, And PJ walk me with that nurse one pay 10% and come up for them pay and buy them vehicle. But it's the nurse and teacher and doctor drive out and police. PJ say when police go home at night time, he said man who they lock up.
When you pass most of these high schools, when you pass most of these high schools now, are in primary schools, I see them with a car parking like a school.
Right. A PJ Patterson. In the
You know.
18 years.
No, man, wait.
Remember me tell you now, outside the vehicle me also wash, you know. Me also wash outside the vehicle.
Yeah.
People in vehicle, me couldn't go inside. Cause me a yard boy, they intend to call me yard boy. You know, yard now? Yard boy. When I give
Yeah.
food, then give one pan and you go outside, go sit down when I can, but nobody see you. When when I'll guest for me, nobody see you, cause you're a yard boy.
That's
And me
right.
live because me buy 3 vehicles, you know. 3 vehicles, me buy.
Alright, Sydney.
Eh? Them
Sydney.
must love
They have
PJ, love PNP man and PJ Patterson man.